I still believe you were guilty.
There is a battle of the sexes.
Mid-season premieres are starting to hit almost harder than those polar vortex winds that slammed the Midwest recently. And this week, for the show you have to watch, we have a documentary EP by Jordan Peele from Amazon with Lorena, a distinctly contemporary BET recharge of Boomerang, a band of superpowered misfits in Doom Patrol, and lawyers looking to do the right thing and proven innocent. So if you want to avoid the chill, see what we did there? Let's see what the show is that you have to watch this week.
This was a modern love story. Boy meets girl, boy falls in love with girl, boy marries girl, girl cuts off boy's penis.
Proclaiming to reveal, as they always do, the story that you don't know of the salacious and cutting tale of Lorena Bobbitt slicing off of her deeply abusive husband John's penis in 1993, Amazon's Jordan Peele EP Lorena is full of interviews with the principals and those who participated in the media frenzy that surrounded the proceedings in what you could say was a new era of the explicit and of access. But in this Me Too era, this 4-hour documentary from director Joshua Ruff has timely stamped all over it, but fails, unfortunately, to capture the moment of what happened to its namesake due to dilution via pointless and sometimes painful reenactments and the distinct need for someone to edit this baby down.
This is the story of 5 fearless superheroes. More TV superheroes, just what the world needs. Ugh.
Surprisingly succinct in tone and temperament, and I have to say, successful in execution, in no small part because of a perfectly wonderful villain, Alan Tudyk, Mr. Nobody. The battle-scarred Doom Patrol actually may prove to be the breakout show that the recently launched DC Universe has been begging for. But that's if enough people are willing to trot in, which you should, and also step gingerly over the early plot potholes and some really annoying soundtrack choices, which requires some dedication, I will not lie to you.
10 years after being proven innocent, I now defend the wrongfully convicted. When someone goes to prison for a murder they didn't commit, it means the real murderer is still out there.
As Big Four network mid-season debuts go, Fox's Proven Innocent has a lot of legacy and a load of potential, but with a premise that isn't the most original you're ever going to see out there. I kept hoping they would dig deeper into the murderous subplot that haunts Rochelle Lafleur's once convicted murderer and now crusading lawyer, so to that, I would say please let Kelsey Grammer truly off the leash as the morally gnawing prosecutor that rules the darker and I would say much more interesting recesses of Proven Innocent. Because in a phrase, less Frasier and more boss for the TV legend, if you please, if you want to keep me in the courtroom on this one. That brings us to the show you have to watch this week. In fact, the show you have to start watching tonight, BET's Boomerang.
Being young, gifted, and black is cool, but it's exhausting.
Recharged instead of rebooted or remade, this Boomerang from executive producers Lena Waithe and Halle Berry is the story after the story of the 1992 Barry, Eddie Murphy, and Robin Givens starring rom-com, which develops into the consequences and who they are and how they are now grown millennial offspring. It's a tale tightly told, whether you're a fan of the Boomerang movie or not. In fact, I would say, and I am a fan of the movie actually, in some ways the 10-episoder might work even better if you've never saw the film. This Boomerang can whip fast around on a horizon that tricks you with tangents that in fact are anything but. So, tonight's the night for Boomerang. The bells and whistles are muted, but the bones are strong on this one. So make sure to check it out.